Here are some common questions that we hear every week in our Iowa workers' compensation practice. Is my employer and/or their insurance company responsible for my medical expenses caused by my work injury? The answer is yes. They're responsible for paying for all medical care necessary to treat your work injury. This includes all forms of care and treatment, whether hospital, medical, therapy, rehabilitation, pain management, or otherwise. Also, you are entitled to being reimbursed for all mileage you incur going to and from your doctor's appointments, physical therapy visits, obtaining your prescriptions, and other medical care. Another question is, am I entitled to cash payments if I'm unable to work? Yes. While you're healing and unable to work, you will receive cash payments to replace your usual earnings. The amount of your payment is based upon your earnings prior to your work injury. Once I am done treating, if I don't make a full recovery, does my case end? No. If your work injury causes a permanent injury, meaning that you are not back to 100%, then you should receive compensation for your disability. The amount owed is determined by the nature of your injury, for example, a hand, back, neck, shoulder, etc., your earnings prior to your work injury, your impairment rating, and several other factors. What is a permanent impairment rating? This is a number assigned to your injury, usually based upon the AMA Guides to Permanent Impairment, which is a book written by a group of doctors from throughout the country. If you have a scheduled member injury, an injury to your hand, arm, leg, foot, eye, or hearing loss, then generally the impairment rating is the main factor in determining the amount of money you will receive for your permanent disability. Another question we hear is, if I do not agree with the company doctor's impairment rating, what can I do? At some point in your treatment, the doctors will say that you have made maximum medical improvement, which means that you're as good as you're going to get. At that point, your doctor should determine your permanent impairment rating. If you disagree with the impairment rating, then under Iowa Code Section 85.39, you have the right to an independent medical examination, also known as an IME. The IME will be conducted by a doctor that you choose who will provide his or her opinions concerning your permanent impairment and restrictions. There are several doctors that I can recommend depending on the nature of your injury. Iowans hurt at work are beginning to realize that they should learn about Iowa's workers' compensation system and what to look out for. To receive a free book which covers the 7 deadly mistakes and how to avoid them, click on the book cover, complete the book request form, and the book will be sent to your home at no cost, risk, or obligation.